take a quick look because they don't like green screen anymore. But this is Misty Roberts, former mayor of DeRidder, Louisiana. Probably should have been called DeDidler, Louisiana. Back in 2024, Misty was in her second term as mayor, the first female ever elected to that position. Way to make us look good there, Misty. She decided to have a party for her son and his friends, a pool party where she was prancing around in a bikini and interacting with teenagers. The youngest person there was 14 years old. The person in question was 16 years old. She's interacting with everybody. Drinks were provided by her if you couldn't get your own. And apparently, according to some, she had started earlier than all of them at 3 p.m. that afternoon. So this kid was outside at the pool party when Misty started winking at him, because that brings all the boys to the yard, and dancing up on him, a 16-year-old boy. So she then kisses him and says, "We got to stop doing this outside." So he says, "Can we go inside?" And she said, yes, and they did. So at the trial today, he was the last witness for the state. He testified that they went inside to some kind of playroom and that she took her top off, undid his, and then she laid back on the sofa, and that's when bada bing, bada boom. Now, he also testified that after this happened, that he was dizzy and not feeling great because he was drunk, even threw up later that night, and that she came over and tried to sit in his lap when he looked at her and said, "Get off of me." Pillow talk of the teenagers. So the problem for Misty is that multiple people, kids, including her own son, said that they saw this happening. Now, they said that they only saw like the G-rated version, bodies move, and they assumed that that's what was happening. So that's a major problem for her. But the biggest problem of all is a text message that she sent to this kid's mom. So the mom, when he told her about it, when he said, "I feel disgusting and I'm sorry," after he found out that this was getting out, he had to tell his mom. So she texted Misty and said, "Hey, could you be pregnant?" And she said, "Well, I'm on the pill, but I will get the morning after pill." And then cue the DoorDash driver to show up at trial and testify that he delivered it to her house. He knew the house because he had taken his kids trick-or-treating there before. Now, that's just a general recap of the state's evidence because Louisiana doesn't allow cameras in the courtroom, so this case is not televised. But suffice it to say, there is other evidence, including her ex-husband getting on the stand and saying that she confessed to him. Now, defense pointed out correctly that he probably does have something to gain from her being convicted with custody issues over the kids, because there's also another daughter who was bawling crying that night, according to her brother. So there's other evidence, including an investigator that the defense points out said in an interview, "I don't like to railroad people, but what's done is done." Not a great look there, investigator. Did you not know you were on camera? Anyway, so there's a lot of stuff happening with this case. The defense is putting on their case right now, probably get to the jury within the next day or so, and a verdict coming soon. But Misty, my girl, you dirty dog. You're making us all look bad. You're making us all look bad. And why would you do that to your son? I just feel sorry for him.